So if somebody that is your outsourced EDI department and they're not doing full EDI end-to-end testing, you might want to look for somebody else. EDI support's not going to do that unless you say you don't want to do that. And we're going to give you the reasons as to why we would say to do it. We're going to talk about EDI testing and why is it important. So EDI testing, if we're, again, we're going to use the 80% rule. So 80% of most businesses out there in the EDI space are dealing in the retail supply chain arena. So if we look at processing for EDI testing, most of them are going to make you, when you sign up with an EDI trading partner, that EDI trading partner is either going to be doing the EDI testing in-house, or they will outsource the EDI testing to another company or another entity. So with EDI testing, the things that you have to remember in EDI testing is always making sure those documents that you're testing process into your back-end system. So whether it's an ERP, a WMS, TMS, whatever it's going to be, make sure whatever documents you need to do from an electronic standpoint get fully end-to-end testing, as they call it. So from beginning to end. So if it's a purchase order in 850 and an invoice 810 that you're testing, you want to be sent that test 850, translate it, run it through whatever process it needs to do, create those sales orders inside of your ERP, and then process it as if you're shipping product without shipping product. So no, don't physically ship the product, but do your packing slips, do whatever you need to do that's a part of that order in its natural progression. Create your invoice, post your invoice, send the invoice from your ERP to your trading partner as an 810 document and have them review it. You want everybody to sign off on all of that pieces, not only internally, but externally, and do it while you're doing the EDI testing. The biggest thing that people mess up with is if they're using an EDI portal and what they do is they test it just through the portal and they never interface with their back-end systems that they're actually going to be processing the documents through. They come to find out, hey, why doesn't this work? Well, you only tested it through the portal. You didn't do a full end-to-end testing. Again, you don't want to incur chargebacks. You don't want to have your staff running around trying to figure out why these documents aren't processing, and you need to ship products and you need to print packing slips and you need to send invoices. You don't want that chaos when you're just simply should have done all of that through EDI testing. The sign-offs internally, externally, making sure everything processes from beginning to end, documents are fulfilled, the whole thing. Again, you might be dealing with an outside entity, you might be dealing with an internal department at your company, but they should all be doing that. And so you always want to put a game plan in place, and you want somebody involved that knows that account, those rules on that account. Are there discounts? Is there taxes? What are the different things, the nuances that need to be done if you've manually been processing orders? You know those things. If this is a totally new account, then you need to get that information from the account manager. Is there certain terms for when the invoices will get paid? So you need to make sure of that. Is there a ship to? So is it being shipped to a DC and then from a DC or a distribution center? Sorry, use the little abbreviated. Then is going to get transferred to an actual store, or how's it going to get handled? So you'll want to know that. How's the product going to move? Who are the carriers that are going to be utilized? Is this going to be a drop ship where you're using UPS, FedEx? So all of those rules need to be figured out. And the best time to figure out all of those pieces is during testing, because you're not going to get chargebacks if you're failing to process documents correctly. Sometimes there will also be fees if if that company that you're trying to set up as an EDI trading partner uses an outsourced entity. Guess what? They roll those fees over to you. If you want to deal with us, you're going to pay these testing fees. Those testing fees then go back to that company. That's the outside entity for handling the testing. A lot of customers complain about that. Well, it's the cost of doing business. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing my staff can do about that. The EDI trading partner is mandating that information.